Hi, it's me, Candy. I am sitting here on the ferry going from Rome to Barcelona. It's actually a very cool ferry. There are bars, restaurants, there's a fitness center, a health center. I got a massage, 30 euros for 50 minutes. And she had all this oil, and her hands were like slipping and sliding up my body. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was like one of the greatest massages. It felt so good. She did my feet, my hands. Oh, I was in heaven. And there's also a disco. There are shopping stores. I mean, there's a game center. I wish there were people to play with, but the ship is also pretty deserted. It can usually hold about 3,000 people, and right now it only has about 150 on board. So it's actually kind of spooky. When you walk along the deck, it's like almost empty, and so there's like nobody. And I'm in this like lounge right now, and there's nobody. Drinking an Estrella beer. Apparently it's from Barcelona. Estrella, damn. And damn, it's good beer. Double M. Not cursing. And I'm about 2 hours outside of Barcelona. And if you can see, it's just the beautiful Mediterranean. There's very few boats out there. There's one little sailboat, which is kind of weird. But there was also one other boat that I saw, and it just was like stopped. It was going for a minute, then it just stopped, and I was like, it was like directed pointly at us. I was like freaked out too. I was like, oh my gosh, are those pirates? I'm just waiting for the cannon or the speedboat to come. But no, pretty much it's, oh no, now you can see the coast. We're actually really getting close to Barcelona now, so you can see the coast. Oh, it's so cool. Anyway, so I'm on this boat, and it's been a nice day. I wish the trip was longer than 20 hours because it's been really relaxing, just walking around and hanging out, making earrings. Made these. Oh, I sold a pair. The only complaint I have is the food. I had some toast, and I think I broke a tooth on it. So I've been like living off pistachios, bread that I brought with me, and fruit. I've had so much fruit that I think I have pruno in my stomach. It's actually kind of gross. But, whatever. I'll be in Barcelona very soon, and I'll be eating some really good Catalonian, Spanish, Barcelonian, whatever food. I'm excited. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be delicious. I'm already expecting a great meal. And after the day I had to get on this boat yesterday, I need a meal like that. I bought my ticket with a travel agency. I figured they were the best way to go, so they could tell you the options of like train, bus, flight, and cruise, right? And so, I didn't know about cruise, but then I did. So she's like, tells me that. I was like, how do you get from Rome to Barcelona? She's like, well, the best way is to take a ship. She's like, it's 20 hours. You can get a cabin, and you just, hang out on a boat. And I was like, that sounds pretty cool. And you don't pay for the cabin per person, like on a cruise ship, where if you are just one, you have to pay double. No, you just pay for the room. So the room was reasonably priced. And if you think about taking a bus and all this stuff, it comes out to almost the same price. So I was like, yeah, sure, that works. You just take a train to the port. Get to the port, take the ferry, and 20 hours later, you're in Barcelona. Simple, right? So the woman books my flight or my cruise, and she's like, okay, so I'll book your train ticket now. Do you want to, let's say we can get you on the 8-ish train. You'll be in the Port of Rome by 9:15, and then you have time to get to the ferry. And I was like, let's do a little earlier. She's like, okay, about 7:15. I was like, perfect. 7:15 train, you'll be at the Port of Rome by 8:28. Supposedly the train came late, so I didn't actually get in until 8:46. And then you have plenty of time to get to the ferry. I was like, oh, that works, perfect. So, I should have read my documents. I didn't until I was on the train going to the port. I'm on the train. I decide to look at my boarding pass and all my tickets and stuff. And so I'm sitting here looking. Just looking. I get to the terms and conditions, and I'm like, I should read these. I'm a lawyer. Start reading it. One of the things it says is all passengers need to be on the ferry 2 hours before it departs. Well, The ferry departs at 10:15, so I have to be on the ferry by 8:15. It's 8 now, and I'm still on the train going to the port. I won't even get to the port until after 8:30. So I realized at that point that I probably was going to miss my cruise. I started crying, panicking, freaking out. I'm like, I should never took this trip. I can't believe this. Oh my gosh, I'm going to miss my cruise. I'm going to lose all my money. This is ridiculous. I'm going to have to sleep at the train station. Good thing I bought my sleeping bag. Good thing I had dinner because I'm going to be hungry. I hope there's nice bathrooms. Like, I was freaking out. Badly. Absolutely badly. And the train stops at the port. I get off, and I'm like, I'm here, so I should just try to make it. So I start running through the train station. I have my duffel bag thrown over my shoulder. I look like Santa Claus. And I have all my other stuff in my hands because my rig, which is a cart with bungee cords, broke. So I'm running through the train station. Like, people are looking at me like I am a lunatic. They're like, what's this girl with frizzy hair doing? And I mean, I was so crazy. I was running through. So then I see a taxi, and I'm like, how far is the port from here? How far are the ferries departing? He goes, it's about 4.5 kilometers. I said, I'm never going to make it. He's like, oh, I could take you there for 15 euros. So on top of me looking like crazy, I got taken, obviously. So I'm like, okay, because I didn't know what else to do. So I pay, get in the cab. Within 5 minutes, we were there. And I'm in the cab crying, and I'm like, you might have to wait because I think I missed it. I was like, you're just going to have to wait because I know I missed it. I know that I missed my cruise, and you're just going to have to wait. And he's like, ma'am, you see the ship? It's not even here yet. I was like, I know, it's already left. He's like, well, what time is it supposed to leave? I said 10:15. He's like, then it hasn't left yet. I was like, it's not here. And I start crying. And he's like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with this woman? So then we stop, and we get there, and I jump out of the cab and start running to the terminal. And he's like, ma'am, can you get your stuff so I can go? I grab my bag, and he's taking his slow time getting it out of the trunk. He's like, and I'm like panicking, I gotta get there, I gotta get there. And he's like, ma'am. And then he gives it to me, and then he speeds away. I swear, I kid you not, he sped away. He was like, I'm getting as fast and far away from this woman as I can. So I start freaking out more. I run into the terminal like a bat out of you-know-where. Crazy as you-know-what, with hair like this. And I asked the person in line, I said, can I go next, please? I just have to ask a quick question. He's like, sure, but what's your question? I was like, did I miss the ferry? He's like, to where? I was like, Barcelona. He's like, oh, no, it's late. He's like, we're all waiting for it. We're trying to get tickets now. I was like, he's like, ma'am, relax. I was like, I can't. He's like, ma'am, relax. So then they let me go in front of them because they were like, we can't deal with this crazy woman. We can't talk to her. So I go to the guy and I say, what do I do? What do I do? He's like, can I have your ticket and your passport, please? Hand it to him. He's like, okay, here's your room key. He's like, boarding starts at 10. Go have some coffee. You got like an hour. Yeah. I've learned some valuable lessons today. More though, when your anxiety is really bad, you don't drink coffee, because next thing I know, I'm journaling like 4 and 5 pages about how my anxiety is really bad and I'm so embarrassed and I look like a crazy person. At least I'm on the ferry and I see Spain. I already look crazy. Why not look more crazy?